What was the word Britannia, though? What was that used to describe?
Britannia, it was used to describe the island.
Yeah.
By who?
And the people that lived there.
Yeah, by who?
By the people that lived here and,
Yeah,
and
the
others.
tribes that lived here, didn't describe themselves as British. They described themselves as separate Celtic tribes.
Britannia is actually referring to the copper mines in many ways.
Yep. They didn't describe themselves of having a single identity. The Welsh were fighting the English right up to the 1400s. The Scottish
doesn't mean they're not the same people.
Scottish were fighting the English right up until the Act of Union.
But people from Cardiff fight people from Swansea.
Yeah,
People
exactly.
from Portsmouth fight people from Swansea.
Exactly.
Closely related people fight each other all the time.
Disproving
Right.
that they're
They're
the
not the
same.
same people.
Right, so British identity. Let's talk about what it means to have an identity. It is more than a race.
Foundations have
No, they don't have to be founded on race. They don't have to be founded on race. The church proves that. The church proves that you can have an identity that is based upon religion,
Christians have been
not based on
ethnic for the vast
ethnicity.
majority of history. Yes, they have.
No,
Yes,
fail.
Yeah, Joseph Chamberlain, who was the colonial secretary, and I quote, he said, "I believe in the British Empire, and I believe that the British race is the greatest of governing races that the world has ever seen."
He was not speaking as a
That's a
Christian.
load of
He
crap.
was a Christian.
He wasn't speaking as a Christian. He was speaking as a British imperialist.
Are you trying to jump in? You're saying...
Don't let him get away.
Oh, no. Is this based on being genetically better than other people?
No, I don't think God in the sky is favouring the British race to conquer the world. I think it's down to environmental factors and selective breeding, and we know this because bear with me.
Subtext, white people are better
In the
than white
Middle
people.
Ages, in the Middle Ages, there was an insurgency of killing off the criminals by hanging them if they committed crime or murder or rape.
Because there was no capital punishment anywhere in the world.
Many of them got through.
And just like how we domesticate cattle or pets, we allow only the domesticated pets to breed, and the ones that are vicious and violent, we just don't let them breed.
There was
How do we not let them breed?
There was another political movement that propagated the ideas of this man. They were called the Nazis. They practiced eugenics. They practiced eugenics. They practiced forced sterilization, and that is what he's advocating. He is advocating forced sterilization.
You are pure breed.
I never said pure breed.
No, I'm just trying to say, because when you
I am Northwest European. That is what the British are. I'm Northwest European. That is
No,
what
the British aren't now.
Yes, they are.
No,
Yes.
because there are Anglo-Saxons that have had children with Romanians. There are Anglo-Saxons that have had children with Jews. There are Anglo-Saxons that have had children with Franks. There are Anglo-Saxons that have had children with Arabs, and they're all British.
So anyone can claim British Church.
Right, one second.
What does this have to do with that?
Now, right, guys, this is why I keep trying to pin him on the idea of the United Kingdom. Because when I point out the fact that races are mixed, that there are mixed Anglo-Saxon Jewish children, he says, well, they can't play a British person from the past. So when he's appealing to a history, he's appealing to a history connected to what? A nation state, like England, like the United Kingdom. But that kingdom that he's talking about, for all of its history, for all of its history, identified with the church. It identified with the Christian church.
If I was born in Japan,
He's
if I
trying-
was
bro,
born
you're
in
not
Japan,
But you're
if I
not.
was
But
born,
you're not. You're born in Europe.
No, I want you to deal with my point. No, you do need to deal with my point.
We're a different history.
Stop running and deal with my point.
if I was born in Japan, if I was born in Japan,
Stop running and
the
deal
language,
with my point.
does that make
But
me
you
100%
don't love the
Japanese?
culture. He says he loves the culture, but he doesn't love the culture because he doesn't love the church. And the church was what gave birth to English
Putting words in my mouth.
culture.
I never said I
It was
dislike
the
the
church that gave birth to the language. It was the church that gave birth to the calendar. It was the church that gave birth to the festivals. It was the church that gave birth to the values. It was the church that gave birth to the institution. You cannot separate England or being English from the church and Christianity. And that is what he's trying to do.
That's right. Why does the monks?
So,
answer
answer the question. There are English people who have had children with Jews. There are English people who have had children with Arabs. You are mixed race. They are mixed race. Why is their mixed race wrong, but your mixed race right?
Even Alfred the Great acknowledged that he descended from Odin.
He's not answered the question. Alfred the Great is called Alfred the Great because he was a Christian king who dedicated his kingdom to destroying the pagan Vikings of the north. That is why he's acclaimed as Alfred the Great. He fought against the pagan Vikings. He conquered the pagan Vikings. He saved Anglo-Saxon Christendom. He doesn't know his history. He doesn't know the history of the Anglo-Saxon people.